Start spreading the news, she's got nothing to lose. Yeah, Cali's in New York, walking on air in the lights of Times Square. Yeah, Cali's in New York, got a date with the Empire State. Sounds great, the Bronx is up and the Battery's down. A fine Soho cafe by the light of the day, but the night is right for painting the town. Come on, lose your blues, you won't need an excuse. When you're with Cali, New York is just right. Get that bottle uncorked, yeah, Cali's in New York.
Hey, I'm Callie Lewis. You're watching Geek Brief TV. I'm in New York City again, and I've got Chris Farley this time.
Hey.
And so you have been in the podcasting world for a little while, but you just have a new show that you launched, 2 months ago?
February, yeah, View from a Farley. It's slightly different than some of the other podcasts that are out there right now. Some podcasts are more focused on tech or strictly news. What I'm trying to do with View from a Farley is make it more of a universal podcast, not trying to restrict it to one topic or anything, but trying to keep it open to whatever I want to talk about.
But do you have a format so people kind of know what to expect?
No.
Okay.
It's a blog and podcast, and the idea for the podcast is to podcast whenever I want to podcast, which is generally about once a week. But the format is posts and podcasts, and that's the only type of organization that I really have. It's trying to be as open as possible, because that's where I get the creativeness. Wow, just made up a new word.
No, I think people have used that before. Now, what do you use to do the show, to record?
GarageBand. I can see myself using something else in the future, but at this point, GarageBand is really all I need.
And your mic?
It's just a Logitech headset, but I'm going to be getting a Rode Podcaster mic as soon as I stop procrastinating.
Well, go get it now. What's the best thing about doing podcasting that you've found over the course of, how long have you been in podcasting?
I started with Mac News Weekly a while back, I guess, wow.
Almost a year ago, right?
November-ish. It was November-ish, and then I decided that I wanted to go off and do View from a Farley, so it's been...
Yeah. That long. And so what's the best thing that you found?
The best thing is the ability to talk about whatever I want to talk about, and I don't have to restrict myself to any particular thing. I can get out views to a lot of people, and then I really like to see their reaction and their response. I get emails and comments and whatever, and it's just interesting to see the interaction, because it's really my views, but it's almost like carrying on a conversation with somebody, because then they get to respond.
Right. And the worst thing?
The worst thing is the hosting of the website is crazy. We were with DreamHost for a while, or I was with DreamHost for a while, and it just, I was willing to give them a lot of slack, but after a while I just couldn't, so I'm at HostGator now. But the technical component is hard, because I want to blog and I want to podcast, and when the technical aspect gets in the way, that's a problem.
Yeah, I think that's probably the most common answer, is the technical aspect of it. You look at podcasts and it's not glamorous necessarily, but it looks easy, like Max was saying, and that's really the most frustrating part, is when things change that don't work, and it just kind of gets in the way. But we all figure it out.
Yeah, eventually.
Eventually. And where can people find it?
viewfromafarley.com.
Thanks. This episode was sponsored by Drobo. You can get your Drobo at drobostore.com using promo code CALI, C-A-L-I. I'm Callie Lewis. Bye.
Geek Brief Fast Credits.